Hello everybody, RegiTime here, and in just a moment we're going to be having a little play around with one of the training tools in GTO Wizard. There's going to be no actual poker in this video, just me playing versus a GTO opponent. At the minute we've got it set for facing 3 bets and playing out of position, which is a particular weakness of mine. It's certainly an area I'm not comfortable with, and yeah, I think it's like a really nice tool. I bought GTO Wizard earlier in the month. And I didn't even know this tool existed, really. I didn't look around it very much, and someone made me aware of it. And yeah, I think it's fucking brilliant. I really do. I'm not getting paid by GTO Wizard for this. I just think this product is really good, and this particular tool is. I really like it. If nothing else, it's an excellent warm-up tool. It's my plan now to, like, before every session, do 50, at least 50 hands of this in like different kinds of drills. You can set up pretty much anything you fucking want. At the moment, I've got it set up for where we've opened and we're facing a 3-bet. You can do anything. There's loads and loads, anything imaginable, any situation you can recreate, and then practice that exact spot. I was doing some work last night, defending big blind versus small blind opens with a couple of people I chat to in Discord. It was one of the most fun and probably one of the most beneficial like sessions we've done together for a while. Yeah, I think this is a phenomenal tool. This isn't me spamming GTO because it's pretty expensive for people who play at the stakes. If you watch me, you're probably playing 5 or 10 or something. Most of you, it's this version I've got is $50 per month. Pretty expensive if you're playing lower stakes, but it's a nice tool. And it's fun to play with. So if you can afford it just for a month, maybe think about getting it, and maybe you'll find enough improvements to justify paying for it monthly. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna have a look now at some of the spots and show you how it works and explain to you how I think I will benefit from it. So let's get into it. So here we've raised early position. We're never going to see the pre-flop action. It's always just going to come to us. Is we've raised someone's 3-bet. So we've got the ace king off. And we're going to 4-bet. See, when I'm playing normally, this would be like I'd open 2.5. I wonder if we can change the custom open. Maybe we'll do that. Can we do that for the next hand? Yes. So we'll go 2.5 going forward. So this one might just be 2 still. Yeah, it is. But hopefully it'll be 2.5 going forward. So, because I'd like to just go all in here, but I think that maybe wouldn't be a right thing to do over just a 6.5 big blind 3-bet. So we're going to raise to 18 big blinds. We get snap called. Pretty good flop. What was my sizing? What I'm going to do here, I'm not going to do what I think GTO Wizard wants me to do. I'm going to do what Reg would do. Because there's no point doing what I think the computer wants me to do. So I look at this top pair, top kicker, backdoor flush draw. I think they're going to have like quite a few like 10s, jacks, that type of thing. Some ace, queenish. Obviously, we've got the board absolutely crushed. I would probably bet somewhere either 10% or quarter. I wouldn't go any bigger. I would never check. We're going to go with the quarter this time. We get the call. We turn trips. I think I would probably just keep betting small here. I was playing in game, not remotely worried about a flush draw coming in. So I would probably bet this size. And then it folds. So this is telling me I made some wrong moves. This is what I like about it. So it's now telling me pre-flop I made a wrong move. It's going to want me to go all in, I imagine. Yeah, it's saying going all in is higher EV than raising to 18. Yeah. Whatever. So maybe, I mean, it just makes things rather simple. We open small, we get 3-bet small, we just rip ace king for 100 bigs. Yeah, so that's saying I made it. I mean, it's only a small mistake in terms of that, how much EV we lost. And it was also saying that we fucked up on other streets, isn't it? So we get flick it through to the end. Did it like it? Oh, right, no. Did it like our flop bet? And it's just no, it's not a spot. It's not letting me do it, so never mind. Move on to the next hand. No, we're still not on the 2.5x thing, are we? So I've obviously fucked that up somehow. Right, so we got pocket 4C. We've been 3-bet. We're out of position. I'm just nearly always just folding this. I think in the environment I play, the rake's quite high, and players just aren't finding as many 3-bets as GTO Wizard will be finding. So I'm just likely going to fold this in my games. It's actually folding it here too. We actually got the best move there. It's pretty much pure folding that then, is it, I guess? No, it's not. It's calling 40% of the time. But there's, as far as I can tell, no EV difference. Pocket 10s, we've opened middle position, cut off 3-bet us. Yeah, in game I would just call here. I would be checking the flop. And I would not be folding versus his size, but I'd be pretty unhappy with the situation. 5 on the turn. Honestly, I would just fold here. Whether I'm going to get told off for that, I don't know. But I think we've been 3-bet. We've faced a double barrel. Yeah, I guess they can have some draws. But I think I would just fold here. Yeah, I think having 10s and the 10 of diamonds probably isn't good. I mean, if we wanted to catch plus, we wanted them to have like 10, 9, Jack 10 type holdings, and we've pulled a lot of 10s. And we'd like them to have some backdoor diamonds, and we've got a blocker to that. So I would just fold here. That's my opinion of why I would fold. Could be a butchering. No, he didn't like it. It hasn't liked my turn fold. Pre-flop, it wanted me to probably, who knows what it wanted me to do. Wanted me to 4-bet pre. Now, in the games I play, 4-bet intent in this. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe no. I wouldn't 4-bet anyways, so forget that. It's told me to do it. But the EV difference is like, it's the same EV whether we call or 4-bet, so not too bothered about that. And the turn, which is where we made the next blunder, it's not wanting me to fold. It's wanting me to just call. Yeah, so this is obviously a slight mistake. Yeah, I can see why in GTO land it would be a mistake, because GTO land's going to find maybe some more bluffs. But again, in the games I play, yeah, people are going to be finding the bluffs with that exact hand, but they're not even going to be finding the 3-bet with that hand all the time. So if, again, folding is probably a small mistake, because it's like losing out on 0.2 big blinds of EV versus a GTO range. But I imagine it's versus a non-GTO range, which are probably more often than not facing in the games I play. I'd imagine this, while still maybe being a call, is less of a blunder, less of a mistake. So we opened early position. We've been 3-bet by the cutoff. Again, I'm just not going to be 4-betting here very often in my games, but I suspect GTO is going to want to 4-bet sometimes, but I'm just calling. Very similar flop to last time. Checking. He's betting really quite small. I'm just calling. Turn 9. Checking again for us. Checks through. And I don't think we have any blocks on this river. Don't think we have any bets. So I'm checking again. And now he bets 12. And again, in game I would just fold. I don't believe in my games that people are going to be finding enough bluffs. Yeah, they will find some bluffs. But in my opinion, not enough. So I would fold. So I'm going to do what I would have done and probably get a bollock in at some point. No, we played best move every street. So according to GTO Wizard, we played that hand perfectly. Caught Reggie, we got a double take. Finally got a double take. We've had two fuck ups or incorrect moves. One, yeah, not bad, Reg, and now one perfect. First one. Oh, this is easy. We have aces, and we're going to 4-bet. We get a call. We get the king 4-3 rainbow. We just always have the nuts here. Yeah, what size would I bet in game? Probably very small. Maybe even sometimes check to check raise. Yeah, I'd probably do a little bit of all three, depending on what I thought of my opponent. But here we're playing against a theoretically perfect opponent, so no, I'm supposed to do what I would do in my game, so aren't I? And I think I would check here sometimes to induce. But I think if we bet here on this board, we're just going to get so many folds. So I would just check. Villain checks back, and now I would just start betting. And given we've checked the flop, I think I'd probably go quite big on the turn here. Get called, and then I'm just all in on the river. And it's telling me we butchered the flop, which I understand. We should probably be c-betting that flop in a 4-bet pot pretty often. So check. What was it wanting me to do? It was wanting me to bet. Oh wow! Didn't think it'd have like big-ish bets on that flop. Really did on king 4-3 rainbow. I didn't think it would have bets that size. That's interesting. I thought it would just be small, or not tiny or small. I mean, there isn't a lot of difference in EV between all of the options we were given. Yeah, interesting. Just folding the ace-10 off. Ace-queen off. This would be very villain dependent to me, because there's worlds where I just fold this, there's worlds where I just call it, and there's worlds where I like 4-bet. I would 4-bet versus people I thought were a little bit out of line. But it's right, so okay, so if I'm going to 4-bet it versus people who I think 3-bet too much, but who still don't 3-bet as much as GTO Wizard does, then I guess I'm just going to 4-bet it against GTO Wizard. So I'm going to assume that these guys, that GTO Wizard's going to be finding more 3-bets than all of my opponents do it in the 25NL or 20NL streets. So I'm going to 4-bet here. And now we're going to fold. Ah, cool. We get the double tick. Queens. Yeah, that's another easy one. 4-bet. All in. Call. She's really. Oh, we ran into aces. But we again got the double tick. That's 3 double ticks in a row. We are cooking now. King Jack offsuit. Just going to pitch it. Look at that. 4 double ticks. Jack 10 suited out of position. We've opened early position. Rightly or wrongly, I would just fold this out of position. Oh, it loves it again. Reggie, all of a sudden, you're finding a bit of form, sunshine. Ace 8 suited. So we've opened, they've just made it 3, just over 3x. I mean, we can't fold, and I'm not 4-betting, so I'm calling. Pretty much brick the flop. 3 to a straight in 2 directions with the 10-7 and with the 8. So I don't think we could fold with with backdoor straight draws all over the joint, and the expected small bet comes in, so I'm calling. Turn is a 10, and I'm just giving up, I think. We're not even ahead of. Are we ahead of all the bluffs? Because does Mr. GTO man bluff his ace highs here? Checking, he bets that big. I mean, I just would fold in game, so let's not do anything different. Right, there's things it's not liking here. Pre-flop, we should just fold again. All right, okay. So even though it's just a small 3-bet, we should just fold, which I'm happy about because I like just folding. When I get 3-bet, I like folding. So the fact that I made a mistake by defending here is quite reassuring. Now I know this one. I would usually 4-bet this hand, like ace-4 and ace-5 suited is my go-to 4-bet bluff hands. Pre-flop, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to call. We get a 10-10-10 flop. Now, how do you get yourself out of this little fucking predicament, Reggie? I mean, I just want to bet. But what size do I want to bet? I mean, our range is going to contain an awful lot of like pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens. Not going to have much air in it whatsoever. But they've 3-bet and called a 4-bet. So they're going to be, yeah, quite heavy. I think strong hands too. I'm probably just going to bet quite small here. I would decide between one of these two. I wouldn't check very often. 10% pot or 25% pot. Quite like these little 10%ers, me. So that's what I'm doing. 5 on the turn. I think I'm continuing and then probably just doing a lot of giving up on rivers. So this might be wrong in the GTO sense, but I think I will probably just continue my story here. Now I'll probably use this sort of size, I think. Maybe even bigger. Yeah, I think because I'm going to be giving up when called, I think I'll probably just go with a bigger bet. And now we've fucked it. We're going to get very told off for this. Yeah, didn't like pre-flop. Okay. Didn't like the 4-bet pre-flop. Just wanted to call, okay? So all these things I thought I fucking knew. Like, oh, ace-4 suited, you go to fucking 4-bet bluff hand. No, don't do that, Reg. It's not saying don't do it, I guess, but it's just saying the best move is to fold and then next best move is to call because they're break even. And well, I guess it is saying don't do it. It's saying don't do it because it's losing money. So it's not saying, yeah. Well, I've got a lot to learn. Because to me, that's like shit red logic. Oh, ace-4 suited. It's one of my go-to 4-bet bluff hands. Boom, let's do it. Do not do that, Reg. Yeah, interesting. Genuinely interesting. I really enjoy using this tool. You might be bored. I might be talking to literally one person by now, but I don't give a fuck because this is just good practice for me that I just happen to be recording. And if no cunt likes it, then never fucking mind. Ace jack off, I'm just folding. Oh, it loves it. Ace queen off. We've had this one before. I'm just going to be probably 4-betting this close to pure. We flop ourselves a top pair. Yeah, well, I just like my small bets. So I'm going to keep doing what I would do. And if I keep getting told that my bet sizing is wrong, then we've learned something. I'll probably use this size with this hand. Get called. Turn is a break. I think we keep betting. Now we'll go around half pot. And it folds. And it likes it all. Doesn't like pre-flop. Totally. We got a good score. We didn't like pre-flop much. It just wanted us to fold. See, before we were 4-bet, we got like that's what it wanted us to do. I guess just these relative positions must make such a huge difference. Like we've raised under the gun. So they're 3-betting range versus under the gun. Maybe last time it was like cut off versus, middle position versus button or something. So yeah, that's interesting. Like, if we open under the, so just basically said if we open under the gun and we get 3-bet, we should continue with a tighter range because of the positions. I guess that's what it's saying. Lovely. So we've got middle position. We've been 3-bet by cutoff. Right. Well, I think this is going to want us to 4-bet at some frequency. I wouldn't in game, but it's King Jack suited, so I would just call. Then I would almost certainly check raise this flop. We don't get a chance to check raise the flop. Would I start leading this turn after it checks through? Probably not, because I imagine they can still have like quite a lot of strong hands that are checking back. So I'm going to continue checking. They check again. We have a king. Yeah, now he's going to start value betting. But I think we're not going to bet too big. Oh, that's right. So it didn't. There's many things it didn't like there. So it didn't like pre-flop. It wanted us to 4-bet. I thought it might. On the flop, yeah, it's happy with our check. It's checking like 63% of the time. Turn, it's wanting us to start having some leads, which is what it doesn't like. Okay, I understand that. I know I said we're not betting the turn because there's still some strong hands in their checking back range, but I guess they also have like a lot of ace sides we can start putting pressure onto, and Queen Jacks might be in this instance. So yeah, and then river, it wanted us to, as played, check because we're not on the fucking river yet. And river, yeah, it's just a non-existent spot. It's like, no, you fucked it. Doesn't matter what you do now because you've fucked it anyway, Reg. Ace-9 off, we're just folding. Right, so we've had this spot earlier, haven't we? So now we know this is probably just a fold pre. Because we had this spot just a few minutes ago and I 4-bet and it was like, This is what's good about these practicing spots. Like, I just really, really fucking like this tool because there we just learned literally evidence of just learned because this would previously have been like a 4-bet from me, or it would have been a continuing somewhere. Now I know when I open ace queen off under the gun and I get 3-bet from basically any position, maybe we defend in position versus the blinds, but when we get 3-bet and we're going to be out of position, we just muck it. But when we're not, when we're middle position or what have you, we don't muck it, and that's not really easy to remember, and it's 100% going to like improve my win rate. Fucking love it. I absolutely love this tool. Trivial fold. Right, so jacks, middle position, button 3-bets. I guess we're going to have some 4-bets here. Yeah, I think in game, again, it would depend. But if I was playing against someone aggressive, I would definitely 4-bet. So that's what we're going to do. He goes all in, I call. It's fine with it. I think like get 4-bet calling it off versus jacks in the games I play won't be good. Because I think like this is going to be bottom of range. So even though we're getting like best move here, I actually think in the games I play versus most of my opponents, it won't be good because most of my opponents don't find anywhere near the required amount of 3-bets for this to be okay. Yeah, so if we'd have like folded pre, it would have been like 0 EV. We'd have called, we still have made money. Like calling and raising are basically the same EV, but against opponents with tighter 3-betting ranges, I'm guessing. Well, I don't know what I'm guessing. Yeah. What am I guessing? We're clearly never folding, but against tighter ranges, do we continue less? I don't know. E-default. Oh, we're on a streak. We've got 5 in a row correct. 10-9 suited. I'm never folding this. It's just too damn fucking pretty. Yeah. This could be a blunder, but I'm never folding it. Flop as a pair. Checking. I think with the jack, I'd start leading here. With the 10, I'm still going to check. And I'm not going to fold. And then we river trips. Do we start developing some leads here? I mean, we're going to have plenty of draws that have missed. What would I do in game? I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't bet in game. I would check. And now I will go all in, hoping to like rep king, queen, miss spades, missed hearts, etc. And we binned him. He doesn't like our river. Doesn't like the lots it doesn't like about our play. I mean, we binned the bot just there, but it's telling me I'm shit, which is fine. So let's see why I'm shit. Pre-flop just fold. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised by that. Flop, it's like in a check. Turn, it's like in the check. And it's like in the call. But it also likes some raises, which I personally don't like. It's like it's some big raises too, isn't it? Like, okay. Not sure why it's like in raises on that board. Maybe. Oh no, I just don't know. Maybe because it's like it's targeting calls from draws or denying equity. I don't know. Don't know why it likes raises on that turn, but I fucking don't like it. Certainly don't like it versus the population that I play. River, it would have blocked, which I was I wasn't thinking block 10%. I was thinking of having some bets. But I wouldn't have used that size. If I was going to have some bets, I would have probably gone pretty big, like this size. All right, just like the check raise all in, which is what we did. Yeah, happy days. Pocket tens. We bottomed early position, so we kind of know it likes folding in this spot quite a lot. Don't think it likes folding pocket tens. I think the computer won't like 4-betting, and I certainly don't like 4-betting. I know for a fact I will call in game, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to check. Easy call versus that size. Checking again. Picking up the gut shot. I'm still not folding, but absolutely not loving it. And now I would fold. And it's not liking pre-flop. I guess it's just what it's wanting me to 4-bet. Hang on. Man, this is button and not cut off. This is all fucking mega confusing. He just wants us to 4-bet. Pocket tens. Okay. Flop, check. He just wants us to fold versus 1/3. Fine, I guess. Not versus 1/3, whatever that is, 1/5 pot. I make so many mistakes in these spots. And turn which in non-existent spots. Move on to the next hand. Right, okay. Right. Is there any ever shove? Is there ever any shoving here? I guess there is. I'm not going to do it, but I guess there is. Well, this stinks, doesn't it? This really stinks. check. But I guess in these positions, A-side boards are just really good for us. Most of our 4-bets are going to be driven by ace-x, but it's just showing us that we've got some pocket pairs that maybe 4-bet. We're also going to have like jacks, queens out. Do jacks or queens want to c-bet this more than kings do? Probably not. I don't fucking know. I haven't got a clue. Literally no clue. But I know I wouldn't come off the betting lead, so we'll just click the quarter pot. Oh, we got raised. No, we're gonna get told off for this. We're gonna get told right off. So it's what in check or bet tiny. Didn't hit our bet. I mean, in terms of like how much EV, it actually makes more EV than check, apparently. Yeah, so it didn't hit it. We got raised. What did it want us to do? Yeah, it's no, it wanted just to call. You what, mate? You want us to call? We've got 2 kings. We've been raised in a 4-bet pot on an ace-high flop, and you want us to call? Okay, you're drunk. I mean, in GTO land, maybe you want to do some calling. In the fucking games I play, you do not want to be doing any calling there. So fuck you, GTO Wizard. Never folding here because, like, yeah, just never folding. I mean, I don't always open this hand under the gun. And I don't always call versus 3-bets, but when the 3-bet's just this size, I do. Could be a fuck up. Oh, we flopped a set. We've only gone and flopped a set. Would I raise right now? Yes, I would. I would raise right now. I don't think this is going to want me to. And the reason I would raise right now is because I think in the games I played, when we check call, this goes check a lot, and then we get to the river with just like 20 odd blinds in the pot, and we've got a set. Whereas in GTO land, maybe they're finding more turn barrels than the microstakes population are. So in my game here, I would raise in the games I play to like make sure we build a pot against overpairs. But I guess in GTO land, this guy doesn't have, like in the games I played, there's going to be a lot more overpairs as part of their range. Like GTO is just going to have a lot of hands here that just aren't overpairs, so it's going to have like a far more hands in its 3-betting range. Whereas in the games I play, there's far fewer hands in the 3-betting range, so therefore it's more densely populated with overpairs. So I would definitely check raise here, but I don't think GTO is just going to like it. But I'm going to do what I would do. Yeah, and I wouldn't make it big on the dry board, so I would just do that. And it folds. Yeah, I didn't think for a second it would like much of that. Pre-flop, I guess it just wants me to fold. Yep. And flop, it just wants me to call, I would guess. Now it wants me to raise bigger. Right, okay. So it's just my size it has an issue with. Queen Jack suited, out of position. Yeah, I would just probably fold. I wouldn't like it. I'd be deeply, deeply unhappy about it. It's so fucking pretty. No, I wouldn't fold. What am I talking about? Well, I'm used to seeing bigger sizes again. No, I'm not used to seeing this like min raise to 6x. I'm usually opening 2.5, and this is usually like 8+, which is why I would want to fold. In this setup, I'm just going to call. Yeah, checking, calling, checking, folding. Yep, you stink reg pre-flop. It's going to fold, isn't it? Yep. So the good news is that it's saying I'm calling too much pre-flop. And as someone who thinks they overfold versus 3-bets, it's quite reassuring to be for like this program to say no, Reg, just fold more. Just fold more out of position to 3-bets. I think I'm quite enjoying this. I mean, I'm stinking 68%. That is a lamentably bad score. So now we've got the same spot, but the positions are slightly different. This 3-bet's bigger. Yep. So we know how to just fold that. Definitely folding the king 10 off. Yeah. Now we're getting into it. Yeah, just fold more, Reg. Just fucking fold more, Reg, and you'll get better scores. I think I'm all in here. Yep, it likes it. Uh, 18 are all in. Which am I doing? You know, I think it's gonna. In game, I would probably do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it favours the all in. But I'm going to do that. We're going to get called. We're going to get the king high flop. We're going to go with that. Get called. Turn. I think I would I just continue betting small? I think I probably would. I think it's probably a mistake by me. But I wouldn't want to like check and then start guessing with calls. So I would probably just keep flailing away with bets. And I'm going to do what I would do. I would probably do something like that, which I suspect it's not going to like. It now raises, and I would just fold, although I expect GTO would want me to continue with the call here. I would now just fold and just think, oh, stop being shit, Reg. It's not hating it. Like, we did correct moves on every street, but to flop, it's wanting some bigger bets. Which seems counterintuitive to me when we've got an underpair. And turn, it's what in check. Which I was uncomfortable doing, but yeah, it was what in check. King 10 is just going to be a fold. We're going to take this to 50 hands. We've got 18 more hands to do. And then that's my warm-up for the day done. I can get on and start playing some poker because I've done my warm-up. King, queen off. Just going to fold it, not care. Yep, happy days. Queen jack suited. I think we've learned that's just a fold. Ace king suited. I don't think the suited ones go all in, and I wouldn't go all in. Offsuit, I would just pile. Yeah, whatever. Move on. Happy days. Ace 3 suited. I think I would just fold this here because my like ace 4 and ace 5 are my go-to. Look at me, aren't I fucking great? I've got some 4-bet bluffs. Ace 3 I would just fold. Ace jack offsuit. Mostly folding, sometimes 4-betting wider, but we know when we raise under the gun and we get 4-bet, 3-bet, we just want to be doing a lot of tight folding. Because that's what I've learned from this session. Should have already known it, really. Deuces, just folding. No, it didn't like. Oh, that's a blunder. That isn't just a mistake. It's an actual blunder. Yeah, it's just calling. Yeah, I got a bit carried away with my overfolding from early position with facing a 3-bet. Got a bit carried away. But it's not a massive blunder, but it's a blunder. guess it's wanting some 4 bets sometimes with the king 10 suited, is it? Yeah. Thought it might. So I need to be careful that I'm not going into too much overfold territory. Queen jack off's just going to fold. Ace 9 off, I'm just folding. Ace king off, I'm just ripping. King jack off, I'm folding. Aces, we're not ripping. Just doing that. We get called queen, queen 5. And my initial instinct was to go one of these two sizes, but I think this is going to be the favoured size. And since we're on about trying to improve, based on what I think I picked up from using this tool, I'm going to adjust my strategy in these spots, and I'm going to use this size now. We get called. We're not too worried about the spade because we have like the ace of spades. But we're still going to do quite a lot of checking, I think, because I guess our range wants to check, even though this hand doesn't mind. I guess range wants to check. Do we just go all in now? I mean, I would, personally. Right, so, okay. It's not like it's some things. We got correct moves on every time, but we didn't get the best move. So, yeah, the free flop, we got the best move. That's fine. Flop, we bet this size. It wanted that size. Okay, so what I thought I'd learned, I was incorrect with. But there's like almost no difference in the EV. Turn, it's wanting check. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually wanting whatever fucking percentage that is. It's not wanting check. Although, again, check is like slightly higher EV, but this is like the highest frequency play. So, whatever. And yeah, it's wanting to check raise, but it's not going all in like I did. It's going to that size. Right, fine. But yeah, so we got that hand wrong, but I mean, we didn't massively blunder it. Right, so okay, last time we raised small pocket pair under the gun, we got 3-bet by this position, I think it was, and we were told that folding wasn't just a mistake, it was a blunder. So call, I guess. Right, okay, we're going to be seeing rivers here, aren't we? Oh, big bet. Call, yeah, we're seeing rivers. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I just don't think we can fold this hand. And now I guess I would just fold like, well, I know I wouldn't fold like a fanny. Right now I'd think, yeah, I'm beat, but call. Fuck you, mate. Let's see how much we butchered this hand. Yeah, we butchered it. I think turning just going to want folds, isn't it, I think. So pre-flop, he's wanting folds. We didn't do it. Turn, it's, yeah. We're losing quite a lot with this turn call. One of the biggest mistakes we've made, I think. Okay. Don't love calling, but it's the bet so small, I'm not going to do anything else. Yeah, I guess it just wants me to fold the flop. Pre-flop, yeah, it wants me to fold. Flop is just wanting to fold versus 20%. Fair enough. There's a fold. And I now know, I've now learned that this is going to be a 4-bet sometimes. That's something I've learned during the course of this session. So even though I don't like it, it makes me feel uncomfortable. So what we're going to do, we flop some backdoors. So because it's an unusual spot to me, a spot I wouldn't find myself in, I have no idea what to do on this flop, but we've got to pick something. So I'm just going to pick that, just quarter pot. Probably just giving up on that turn with a spade or a 10. Ace, probably continue on that turn and probably just giving up. Checks back. And where do we find our bluffs from on this river? Do we find any bluffs? I think on the line I've taken, I think betting again here would just be spew, so I'm not going to. I liked it. We got best move on every street, so we finished the 50th hand with the best move every street. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this again if I'm up early enough in the morning. I'm going to come back and do this again tomorrow and record it. Because I would expect to get higher, based on what I think I've learned from doing those 50 hands today. I would hope to get a better score than 71% tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I mean, how many of you are still going to be here? I don't fucking know. And to be honest, I don't care because it's just a good exercise for me to do. So if people are sticking around and watching it, great. If you're not, I haven't lost anything. Sometimes when I'm making videos, I like lose time or I'm playing games I shouldn't be in or what have you. Whereas I would have been doing this anyway, and I just happened to be recording it. So yeah, I think it's like still a really efficient use of my time. So yeah, do let me know if you've reached this part of the video, if you've liked it. I think, like it or not, like playing around with this tool in different scenarios, or like tomorrow the same scenario if I'm up early enough, it's going to be like how my content's going to be for a while because it helps me make content and also it's good practice for me. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing at least until my subscription runs out, and then I suspect I'm probably going to resubscribe. So maybe the videos won't do very well, but I don't really care about that. None of my videos do very well. But it's just good practice. This is going to be my, before every single session, doing something in GTO Wizard for at least 50 hands is going to be my warm-up. And I think it's a really good warm-up. It actually gets you in a good frame of mind and you're learning stuff. I think it's just really good practice. So that's what we're going to do. But we're going to leave it here for now. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, then tough shit, I guess. Fuck you and fuck all the Tories, I guess. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. Hopefully, back tomorrow. I'm working at 11 a.m., which means I need to be up about 10 a.m. in order to make a video. I usually am. So hopefully I can make another one tomorrow. But if not, it'll be next week. But we'll leave it there for now. Take care, everybody. Have a smashing day. And we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye for now. So I actually had the bright idea of playing a session and then recording the session. This is straight after the practice session. So yeah, we're going to play some 25NL snap now. We're going to be rat holding because I don't have a lot of money on the site. And yeah, we're going to try and take what we have just been studying into this session. And obviously, we're going to find spots that we weren't studying in the last session, in the study session, but that's fine. Just going to fold the sevens. These games look very shit, by the way. Kings don't look shit, though. Kings look very good. Ace 10. I think we're going to go either way here, checking or betting. Let's start with the small bet, checking it down. Here we 3-bet the 8s. I think I'm just going to bet pretty big on this flop. Taking it down. Don't like calling versus these stacks. With a flush draw, we probably need to. If he bets big, I'll fold, but we're going to continue versus some smaller bets. He bets half. Really not in love with the spot. I think we're going to start leading this turn. This player's quite a fucking nit. Do we have a value bet on the river? And torn between block and check here. Don't think he causes worse very often. Could be wrong. Checking and not folding. And he had a bluff. Love to see it. Checking back the ace jack. Calling this turn probe. And do we have a river value bet? I think we do. Starting with a bet with the king queen. Getting called. Here's the king jack over here. I think we're going to barrel this turn with the king queen. Taking it down. Called for betting the ace king. And taking that down too. The guy doesn't like playing hands, does he? 4/4. You can take it, sir. 3 betting the king queen. This guy doesn't probe a lot on turns. I guess we have to call and probably fold rivers. Not sure we have enough showdown value versus this dude here. I think he's probably probing pairs on the turn, but probably not folding on that river. Yeah, he was probing a pair on the turn. Not surprised. Happy with how we played the hand, though. He wasn't folding the flop. He wasn't. Yeah, I think we can't do very much different there. Wow, these games are fucking dog shit. I think we're going to bluff this river. This guy checks again. He doesn't. Prick's doing my fucking nutting. 25 fucking big blinds. Where are you from, you little cunt? I'm not going to be nasty to a Ukrainian. They've got enough people being nasty to them without me wading in with my short stack of insults. Never folding here, but I'm also never 3-betting. Flopping a gut shot. Checks. You just shouldn't be checking this board, I don't think, very often. How often does he just fold to float bets? Not very, only 39%. I think now we're just going to bet twice and just try and make him fall. I'm presuming he's got a pocket pair of some description. Maybe not. Maybe he just had a complete give up. Oh. Barcode's in the mix. Very tight player. According to my stats anyway. He's getting the yellow tag. Probably should be an open, but I don't open small pairs early position because fuck small pairs. I'm going to mix between checking and betting here. Roll to check, so that's what I'm going to do. Got my RNG on my other monitor. And super trivial call on the turn. And probably just going to call a river. As long as he doesn't go huge, he doesn't. Happy days. come on, Ratnick. Don't make me hate on you. Small blind, pocket sevens versus... I mean, I really want to just call and set mine here, but I guess we just be a good boy and fold. Getting exactly the same spot. Only this time someone else has called. And so, right, I was about to say we can have a little call here, but Gangklang's totally fucked us on that one. 10-9 off. I was supposed to do some ISO in versus this. I'm not going to do that with 10-9. We're just going to see a river. Still going to see a river. Now we've seen the river. And I guess we just take it to showdown. Right, Nick, you're making it difficult to like, buddy. You're making yourself difficult to like. 8-9 suited really want to call here, but this guy doesn't have any chips. And I'm trying to be more disciplined. Um, 3 bets with the king queen, 4 bets with the pocket queens. Sherby, getting the shit net tag. I make 0 apologies for that if you are watching. I'm going to be all in with the ace king against Orbis. Taking it down. Happy days. Getting close to rat hole territory on both. I'd rather just stick 200 big blind stacks whilst we're hopefully going through quite a large growth spurt in our game. So that's what we'll do. Both tables will set our next big blind and come back with just 100 blind stacks. Come on, HUD. Wakey, wakey. Okay. Right. And now you're getting the shit knit tag as well. It's very small sample size, but at the moment, that's what you're getting. I like to tag people early as possible, and then if after a couple of hundred hands their tag changes, and you're getting yellow because I think you might be a decent reg, just no sample size yet. That's a fold. That's a fold. I'm going to be checking this ace jack nearly always. Still checking. I think just fold. Do I think this player type, who I think's a shit net, is just like finding enough turn probes to want to call with him? I mean, maybe he is. We don't know yet. We have no sample on him. That's probably a slight overfold, but I'm not too worried about it. I mean, look at this guy's stack. If he rips, I'm just going to be really angry. See, versus someone with a bigger stack, I would mix between betting and checking here. Do not want to get check ripped on by a tosser, so I'm just going to check. Still checking. And just calling river. Should be illegal to have 18 big blinds in a cash game. Should be just told to fuck right off. Oh, you bought your short of you and you're going down to 18 bigs? Get out. Get the fuck out of the game. You fucking waste of time. Jack Queen suited. And don't want to squeeze versus these stack depths. I don't want to work myself up to a shove. So he's going to call. Here we have top two pairs. I'm definitely betting. It's just what size are we going to bet? I also use my RNG to, because I don't know, like, what I'm starting to learn from GTO Wizard is sizing is way less important than getting a frequency error is a way bigger mistake than getting a sizing error. So I'm basically at the moment I'm pretty much just using two sizes on flop, 1/3 and 2/3, just to try and keep things a little bit simple whilst I try to improve. And because I don't really know which boards I should be using which size on, just so I don't pick up it, just so I don't like develop any sizing tells. I'm just rolling for sizing too. And like, right, okay. First of all, if it's like a spot where I'm not sure if I'm checking or betting, I'm rolling for check or bet, and then I'm doing a second roll if I roll a bet, and then rolling for size. Could be shit, could not be, but it does protect me from like developing any sizing tells. If I'm like, forget a spot where, yeah, I'm definitely betting here, and I'm only giving myself two sizes to use to keep things simple. Then I don't mind randomising for it. Bearing in mind that if what I've been seeing is that there's very little difference in EV between sizings in most situations, so it doesn't really matter which one I choose, so we just randomise for it. Unless there's a very specific villain who I think I can exploit, which I'm not saying villains are exploitable in these pools, but I think they're harder to exploit because they're just tighter and probably a little bit better studied. What do we want to do here with the kings? This guy just doesn't probe yet. Well, it's only one sample size of one. We're going to bet, but I don't know. Yeah, Ratnik really does fit the shit-knit tag very, very well. Or tight fish. Either shit-knit or tight fish. It's one or the other. Probably the latter. As this guy's multi-tabling, so we haven't got him tagged yet. Just folding the king jack, opening the ace nine. This guy definitely gets the shit reg tag. I mean, I don't want to fold the sixes, but no one's got any fucking money. Ace four suited at the big blind. I'm just going to call. I think we can probably three bet it sometimes. Just fuck off with your pathetic stack sizes. We can grow up. So this flop checks back. I expect him to check this board back a hell of a lot. We're just done. We're giving up. Do river some showdown value, although don't expect to. We're not calling a bet. Don't expect to win on checks. I mean, I guess he's played that hand fine. Barcode's got a pretty high fold to 3-bet on the sample I've got. And he's 4-bet once from 16, 25, 27 occasions. Just muck the ace queen. I've never spoke to Barcode as far as I know, but I'm familiar with him from the Easty streams. Easty seems to think he's a good player. He knows him better than me. He just looks like a stinking great fucking nit to me. Like the rest of us. That's not in any shape or form a criticism. But yeah, he does look like a fucking mega stain. He's a bigger stain than me, in my opinion. In my opinion, he's a bigger stain than I am. And I am indeed a stain. I'm trying to be less stainy, but I am a true stain. Against Ratnik, who I don't think is remotely active. Just going to check, and then, I mean, he hasn't done anything. He's basically done nothing aggressive yet or almost nothing aggressive in that many hands, so we're just going to, whatever. Good for you, mate. Take the pot. You probably just have the best hand quite a lot here against Ratnik. Yeah. I don't think Ratnik enjoys bluffing. Jack 9 suited just didn't find a bed at any point, yeah. I think we've got Ratnik's number already. S3 suited out of the small blind. Guess we 3-bet this sometimes. Rolled a fold though. Ace, Jack. 10-4-10 against the big blind. Check call. 5 turn. I think we can still have the best hand here sometimes. I'm not going to continue betting on the 5. And just calling rivers or value betting when check 2. The board wasn't paired, I would maybe go a little bit bigger. Because it's paired, we're just going to use that size and chop it up. I mean, Ratnik's start 13 bigs, man. Come on, mate. Is that reasonable? Is it reasonable, Ratnik, to have 13 big? I mean, you're 2 tabling 2. It's fucking 1 table. And fucking, I mean, he's probably on case money. I don't fucking know, but just fuck off, Ratnik. I know you're from Ukraine, and I do feel sorry for you, but just fuck off, mate. Going to be doing a lot of checking on this board. Well, just a lot of checking in this spot. Sorry, not this board. In this spot. This guy hasn't made a float bet, but he's had 2 opportunities, hasn't done it yet, which maybe is something to bear in mind as we get down the streets. As players, I don't see there's a lot of folding. I think we just have like a really clean value bet on the river. And what is this guy trying to tell me here? Let's sit out over here. Right, so the straight is the 10-8 and the 8-5. 10-8, yeah, 8-5, no. I mean, it's either got 10-8, a set of 9s, or I win. That's got to be it, hasn't it? Set of 9s might play this way. And I think probably should fold, but I think it's just always a set of 9s. But I'm calling anyway. Yeah, it's just always a set of 9s, Reggie. You knew as well. It's really hard though when people just get the rivered set. And that's like literally the only fucking hand they can have that would play that way for value. Yeah, disappointed. Knew that was a set of 9s. Called anyway. Don't do that, Reg. Don't do that, mate. That's annoyed me. Absolutely not betting this flop versus the big blind. Check down, it's bet to lose, hope to win. Lose. 2 9s here. This guy falls to a lot of C bets. I'm going to bet this flop, just like what size. And I've rolled small, so we'll go small. Fuck off. I don't love 3-betting these types of players. But we're not folding. Certainly don't love 3-betting these types of fucking players. These 18-11 cunt bags. So I'm just not going to. Even though this is a slam dunk 3-bet, he's 18-11. He doesn't have a big stack. Fuck him. Definitely C-betting this flop against Pavel, who seems to enjoy folding to C-bets. Does call here. Guess we should have checked how much he enjoys folding to C-bets in 3-bet pots, shouldn't we? No sample to discuss. Let me just check in now. Because Pavel, who's up to now folded 72% of C-bets, has called a 3-bet and he's called a C-bet. Maybe we should be doing some bluffing here at some points, but I'm just giving up against somebody like Pavel. Maybe one we could have got him to fold. Not good for me there, I don't think. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if we fire all 3 streets there, we can make him fold that exact hand, but whether that's the correct thing to do overall, doubt it is. I think I don't like firing double barrels in 3-bet pots when the turn's like an undercard to top pair. If the turn was like a king or an ace there, well, obviously an ace would have improved us, but I just don't think we get enough folds on our double barrel when they turned an undercard. Although against that exact hand, it almost certainly would have worked. We rolled for a c-bet there. We rolled a check. We turned to queen. It would really stink to get raised here. I'm going to continue checking for now. Just try and get like a decent size value betting on the river. He leads for one blind. We're going to raise. Versus big blind here. I'm checking this board pretty high frequency. Not even going to roll for it. Just going to pure check. This guy probes turns 33%. Just one of three. Versus this size not folding. And probably not folding river. Chop it up. He goes with 4-bet here. We have king queen suited. And I am really unhappy with the situation. Again, sample size is going to be too small to look at what I'm looking at. Yeah. We're not folding the king queen suited. We're just not doing it. Guess we're folding now. Against Pavel with the 8s, guess we're going with the 3-bet. This guy checks back. I think I'm going to start betting now. I'm probably just shoving river. This could be an absolute mega punt. This could be a mega punt. Should we be shoving here? On the green one. I don't want to on the green one. I was going to shove on a lot of cards. Do want to shove on a green one. Fuck it. Let's do it. It could be a punt. Oh, it worked. I mean, that could be just a really, really shit punt from me. That could be an absolute mega punt. I didn't know what I was doing there. I just wanted to win the pot, basically. That wasn't good. Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was good by accident. Fuck knows, but we'll take it. And we'll rat hole the fuck out of it. Now I have an open end, a double gut shot here actually, so I'm going to call. Add a flush draw on the turn. Going to call again. And we make everything on the river, and we're going to lead because this guy apparently doesn't know how to size his bets. No action with the aces. What else is new? Dukes, Jack, Queen. I think we're going to do a little bit of all three here. Probably going to see bet here around 60% of the time, so we'll roll for that first. We've rolled a bet, and now we've rolled a bigger sizing, so this could be shit, but that's what we're going to do. And we won the pot. So I could be getting that wrong there with the frequencies and with the sizings, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying, bless me. Oh, he's trying his best. Leave him alone, don't pick on him. He's trying his best. Rat hole accomplished. Bucket 9s here. Do we want to squeeze? We've got Pavel in the big blind, who I don't think is going to be too aggressive, so we're just going to try and see a flop. Maybe that's just a pure squeeze, I don't fucking know. I think with a reg in the big blind, like a good reg, maybe I'd think about squeezing a bit more. With Pavel in there, I think we're not going to get squeezed at a very high frequency at all. Who's got the most 6x here? Fuck knows. Probably not me in the small blind. Multi-way here. I mean, heads up, will be a difference. Multi-way, we're just going to make a pretty unhappy fold. What do I want to do here? Guess just call. I think we can do either here, squeeze or call. Don't think there's much difference in the EV between either. And I'd rather just not squeeze the ace-4 suited. I think this should be an open. I'm not a fan of it though. I'm not fond, so I'm not doing it. Do we just start bluffing our queen highs here? I guess so. And yeah, well, his snap called tells me he's not particularly strong most of the time. He could be checking back pairs on this flop, but we're going to bet again, just try and fold ace highs out. Maybe the queen 5 was an open there. Maybe I missed an open. Easy 3-bet with the jacks. Probably jamming over a 4-bet against someone who looks like they might know what they're doing. So I guess I'm all in. Could we just call maybe? I'm going to roll between. I'm going to roll 50% jams, 50% calls. We've rolled the jam. We've rolled the jam. Happy days. I don't think that's necessarily good against a lot of players, but he looks like he is trying to be good. I guess everyone's trying to be good, but he looks like he might actually be putting some effort in away from the tables to be good. No, don't want to be this deep. It's only 30 bigs, but I don't want to be this deep. I think with double backdoors here, we're probably going to float, but he doesn't let us. Yes, 3 suited. Do we want to squeeze this? Don't think so. Call with our draw. Do not get there. And against Pavel, we're just going to check fold. This isn't a pure open from this spot, but it is in my world. This guy's having a blast, isn't he? These fucking 6/3 stats. He's having a whale of a time. This person's race buttons broke pre-flop. Just lets us win. Just lets us win there. To limp in the Queen 9. Well played. We've got a thoroughly miserable flop for our hand here. And I'm just going to check and fold. This guy is not a folder to see bets. He's also not much of a prober. Flopping top pair multi-way. Not loving it, but not folding with backdoor flush draw as well. Now we're folding. Not paying that flop. Turn a pair. In the past, where I was like, oh, bet, you know, like, don't let a spade get, don't let him realise his equity. But I think probably just wanting to check quite a lot still. And he just lets us win. 10-8 off, just didn't bluff. People don't like bluffing, do they? People just do not like bluffing. They just show 10 high down rather than bluff there. Pavel with his 27% button open. Still think this is a 3-bet even versus someone who doesn't open very wide. Calls. You get that flop. I think I'm going to bet big. Not going to roll for this thing. I'm just going to bet big. This could be a big, big mistake. Well, I guess we just fold now, and I just get very disappointed. Pavel's 26-13. He doesn't appear to raise C-bets very often. Yeah, go on, Pavel. That could be a blunder. That's one I'll look at later for certain. I'm definitely betting here. Just a matter of which size. And I've rolled a small size. I'm going to call here. We're ahead of all the bluffs. So we're going to call. Guess we're still calling, but really not loving it. And now we're folding the river because we just don't beat anything anymore. This guy didn't fold the flop when we C-bet. Think I'm going to just barrel. Maybe just triple off here. I mean, he's called out the small blind. I'm worried that he's just got a set here. But we're just going all in. Far from in love with this, but I mean, he's just called out the small blind. It didn't raise. I would imagine we'd have heard from a set before the river. Again, that could be very punty. But we did it and it worked. So again, that's another one I'll look at later because that could just be a massive punt. Flopping a set, getting dunked into. just calling. Beautiful turn. I guess we're all in now. Set over set, beautiful. Rat hole. Get me in the rat hole. Barcode only floats 33%. It's a very small sample. Can't fold yet, but we're not looking to play a big one here. Turn an open ender. We're all in over here with the ace king. I guess we call one more here. And check fold rivers. And we lose a flip over here. Well played with your pocket threes. Probably just check calling down versus Sherby. Yeah. Sherby gives up river. Sherby had 10-9. Just hope Paradox doesn't squeeze. Doesn't. We flop a set. Now, do we have any leads here? Not from this. I think from the big blind we probably do. From the small blind, almost certainly not. This guy's got the green tag, but he needs upgrading to orange. And here we just have one of the cleanest check raises I've ever seen in my life. Happy days. And we're going to be off in the rat hole again. Love me a rat hole. I love me a rat hole. As a small blind, we're just going to bet pretty much pure here on this board, and I'm going to go with the larger sizing. He'd take it down. King, queen, deuce. Always betting. Rolled a small size. Pavel comes with a raise again. We're ahead of bluffs, but how often does Pavel bluff? I don't know, but we're just going to fold anyway. This guy's getting the orange tag. Could be a bit early. Ace 9 suited. Oh, right, okay, well, now it's easy. All hail the cold 4-bet. Making the spot very easy for me. I've noticed in GTO Wizard that it actually prefers smaller C bets, smaller 3-bets, like in these spots, like early versus middle. Then the cold 4-ball comes in, which is just never, ever, ever, ever a bluff from this guy. So we're just going to fold. And he took it down. In position, even though this guy looks like an absolute stinking great nit, still going to defend the King Jack suited. We're going to be seeing a turn unless he chooses a big sizing. Yep, we're definitely seeing a turn here. I think he should do a lot of checking on this turn. Whether he does or not remains to be seen. He doesn't. He actually goes with relatively big size. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I don't really want to be that guy that says that's not a thing either. He shouldn't do that. But it was unexpected, shall we say. Probably isn't an open. That's a shame. It's 8. Go with a bog standard shit rig 1/3 pot. This guy forced to see bet 60%, so that bet's just going to automatically profit. One would imagine. This guy's got the orange tag, but all of a sudden he's starting to shape up like he's not an orange tag anymore. That's why I don't like tagging people too early. I mean, this guy doesn't deserve yellow, does he? He's just an absolute filthy fucking nit. Go either way. He's going to roll 50% 3-bet, 50% call. Roll the call this time. Just giving up now. Just giving up now. Do I want to go multi-way with 7-5 suited? Probably not, but I'm going to. This guy just donks out. He hasn't donked once yet from 25 opportunities. Let's watch this off screen. I suspect that is just like an incredibly nutted hand. Turn was a queen which paired the board. Paired top pairs. It went 2/3 pot, and river we would have made our flush. Pavel bet again. Pavel just had that. Pavel just donked with that hand. So he never donks from 25 attempts, and then he just finds the donk with the queen 4 that he defended out of the small blind. Yeah. Can't say I'm a fan of that move, Pavel. Pavel's just shitting. He's just a fish. He's just a tight fish. Do we call this river against Pavel? I mean, I would have done, but I'm not sure Pavel's the guy you want to be calling against there. This guy's just bet multi-way on the river. He's check 2. I mean, he might have a queen, but small pot, small bet. Just call. Of course he had a queen. Of course he had a queen. We're interested to see what my stats look like after this small session. I think I played pretty close to my natural game. And my hopefully new and improving natural game. Yeah, just shit rig 1/3 pot this flop. Woohoo, won a 10-cent blast ticket that I'll literally never use. May as well not have given me that. Rivering a straight. Gonna be no raising versus bets. Chop chop. 338. Gonna allow beans and eggs some rope. It's an absolutely massive nit. Very much doubt he's even going to try and bluff. Well, I think he will probably bet his pairs. Now we're just going to hope he finds something to call with. He doesn't. He's just wasting his life, isn't he? 14/11, 30 bigs. But he will identify as a poker player. And in this day and age where people can identify as whatever the fucking hell they want, I guess that's fine. But fuck you, mate. Not super comfortable with this 10-8, but I think we just check call twice and then probably fold rivers. Don't know how much betting he should be doing on the 9. We revert a full house. And I guess we check jam. We lose to like quad 9s, jack 10. Yeah, I'm all in. And king queen has to call, doesn't it? 9x has to call, but I don't think he has 9x very often. Well, we've got the best hand because he hasn't snap called, unless he's slow rolling. So now I guess we want the call. I mean, I wanted to call anyway, but now I guess we really want the call. We won the pot. King, queen off versus early position. I guess we can 3-bet this sometimes, but it's 21-13, so I'm not going to. What size here? Not bigger, because I think this guy's a fish. I would mix sizes against regulars, but against weaker players, I'm typically just going to use bigger sizes with my value. Easy check back on the turn, I believe. And easy call on the river. If he leads. Which he does. And we win. Again, this is I think this is probably just an open, but not comfortable. Not comfortable opening Queen 5 suited from the cutoff. Easiest 3-bet ever with the jacks against someone who looks like they're on the elevated side. Ace 10 off versus big blind on this board. Checking. Never folding now. Checking. Trying to get this guy to bet. Don't know anything about Janus. Our hand's too strong to fold. Definitely don't want to 4-bet, so just calling. Flopping pretty good. Bets 1/3. I mean, I think we're allowed to have some raises. I don't. This could be bad, but I am going to raise. But this could be really bad. This could be a big mistake. Yeah, not sure about that. That's another one I'm going to look at. I mean, we just block calls so much, don't we? We're like ace queen. Maybe that's bad. Yeah, that could be a mistake. I mean, we always get to stack ace king there by raising, but I guess he just folds so much other stuff. Maybe we just get to stack ace king anyway by not raising. Yeah. You know what? That was, I think I knew raising was a mistake, but I did it because of the board texture. Just me being a fanny and not wanting to see some shitty runouts. Yeah, I think that was an error. That was an error based on me not wanting to deal with shitty runouts. So I just took a play that probably wasn't the best play and made it to just not have to deal with shit down the line. And that's not a good reason for doing something. So yeah, I'm not happy with myself there. Just didn't want to deal with the club on the turn or a king on the turn or whatever else could have gone past us on the. Didn't want to deal with a lot of potentially shit turn cards, so I just made a shit raise instead. What a cunt I am. In fact, I want to go back and look at just how shit that was. I want to make sure that was definitely marked. Where was it at? Ace Queen. Oh, now I'm timing out everywhere. Fine, whatever. I don't care. Find the hand reg. Ace Fuck off. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I won't do it on video because I'm just going to play until I need to be somewhere. But that's one I want to look at for myself. I mean, I think racing's probably done at some kind of frequency, but I imagine it's probably very low. So I'm going to go back and look at that. It's one long video. If you've reached this stage of the video and you haven't hit like yet, then do it now. If you've reached this stage of the video, clearly you must be enjoying it a little bit, so please leave me a comment. Even if it's just to call me a fat cunt. I mean, I don't like this, but versus 1/3 we're calling. And we win. And you don't have to call me a fat cunt. You can say something nice if you want. Like, Reg, you are just so fucking sexy and alluring with that gravelly northern voice. You know, just say something. Type something in the comments and definitely hit like, you bastard. Right, someone's phoning me, so I'm going to have to take this call. The amount of phone calls I get when recording videos or people knocking at my door is alarming compared to how many I get when I'm not making videos. How'd you take this guy? He's obviously a moron because he's not topping his stack up, but he's got like reasonable stats. This guy's getting the early cyan tag. Could be degraded to green depending on which way his VPIP goes, but he's cyan for the time being. This might be too wide against someone who I think might defend appropriately. Yeah. Don't be naughty, Reg. I think we're going to roll for 4 bets against this guy who looks particularly active over a small sample. We didn't roll a 4 bet, sadly, but I'm not folding to him, so we're calling. Could be a mistake. Flopping trips over here. This is half pot here. Not a lot going on. We're just going to fold. I think we probably made a mistake pre. Pocket kings. We like pocket kings. That's a good hand. I can say that with some certainty. I think Ace 5 off could be a 3-bet here, but we're just going to call. Squeezing the pocket kings, of course. Calling with the ace. Checking with the ace. And unhappily calling with the ace. And winning. And we're over 130 bigs, so we are now rat holding 2. I guess this could be a 3-bet sometimes, but not against this guy. Got raise pressing 38% from the button, so maybe it's a 3-bet. How often do you folding versus re-steals? The button, 52% of the time. Fuck it, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. I don't find enough of those 3-bets, I don't think. Well, I don't. I know I don't. I love defending the Queen 10 off versus someone playing 30/6, but he was in min raise, so we did it. There's a reload not working down here. I know we're only playing off like $100, but I would like my reloads delivered promptly. Thank you, AAA. King Jack 4. King 9/4, sorry. Start with a check against a very loose player. I think she's going to float a lot and then leave me in some trickier spots. Versus this size, I guess we have to defend the Jack 7, but I really, really don't like it. I don't know, it just completely breaks, so we just fold. I beat a lot of air here. And this guy will have a lot of air, you would imagine. I mean, we still beat some bluffs. But I guess we just fold. Not happy about it. Flopping top pair, multi-way. Not going to be betting. Still not going to be betting. And then we get a river card that we hit, and we're thinking, oh fuck, I wish I'd bet now. Just showdown. Hope to win. Do win. People just don't like bluffing, do they? They just don't like it. King 9 suited out of the big blind. Could go either way with this, I think, but I think it's going to be very close to pure call. Turning trips. Folding. Raising. I think in position we're probably supposed to defend the threes, but I'm just not going to. Maybe we're not even supposed to defend it. That's going to be one of the next things I do on GTO Wizard. Is going to be defending versus 3-bet when we're in position. We did the out of position earlier. Do I want to squeeze this ace-8 suited? You know what? I think I do. Maybe this is bad, but I think I do. Lady finds the call. We flop nicely. Definitely want to have some bets, and I think we're going to start with a 130, and we take it down. Easy 3-bet with the jacks, and easy 5-bet jam versus a 4-bet. Easy call with the 7s in position. Turn 2 pairs here. Let's check through on the flop. I think I'll probably start just betting now. But do we bet that big? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I know we're not supposed to bet big multi-way. This guy check the flop. He's betting the turn for like 1/3 pot. Don't love it, but call. And I think I'm going to call this river. A lot of stuff missed. I mean, it's just going to have value a lot of the time, but I think I'm going to call. And we win. We've been raised on this turn, which I'm not on board with this happening, to be quite honest with you. I'm really not on board with it. I don't think players find enough bluffs in these spots, typically. Yeah, I'm just going to fold. Don't look, I mean, it's probably really nitty. But check raise turn multi-way. How often is, in reality, is that a bluff? Probably not very. Probably not very often. In the past, I used to try too hard to win these pots multi-way, but I think this is just a really pure give up. Could be wrong, but who knows? Well, I clearly don't know because I've just said I don't know. Sure, this is like a 3-bet sometimes. Let's have a roll. No, we didn't roll one. Sure, it is a 3-bet sometimes though. It feels really unintuitive to me. I'm sure we were looking at something last night where it's like the offsuit aces, just like offsuit wheel aces, just love having a 3-bet, but that could have been in a different scenario to button versus big blind. Again, an area of my game that needs quite a lot of work is defending blinds versus steals. I do okay compared to population in those spots, but in terms of how well I'm playing in theory in those spots, there's lots and lots and lots of room for improvement. We have a 70/10 here. And we now have a gut shot. Don't bet too big. Don't bet too big. He didn't bet at all. That's nice. Guess we can start to do some leading here in theory, but in practice against a 70/10, is that something we want to do? Probably not, but we got Jack High, so we'll do it. Don't necessarily think it's something we want to be doing as a rule. And now we're just going to punt another 2/3 pot on the river and just get absolutely snapped off. Yeah, totally, mate. King Jack? Wow, I didn't think the King Jack would call. Come on, mate. Is that reasonable? Never bluff Kales. That is the takeaway from that spot. So flop, we're probably going to bet a pretty high frequency. So I'm not going to roll for checks, just going to roll for sizing. We've rolled a big size. Turning 2 pairs, but the nuts does change. Jack 9 and Ace Jack. I mean, we have enough equity to bet call here, but I think when we get check raised, it's not nice. Rivering the second nuts, which we love to see. Gotta hope he has some smaller flushes that can call, I guess. Oh, just a nuts. Boo. That wasn't fun. That was not fun. I think we've undone all our good work on that one hand. I think we were probably having a nice session, and now we're not having such a nice session. So we've got someone who's, well, ignore his stats because it's such a small sample. No dice with the aces. Yes, it's such a frustrating hand to have in speed poker. Well, maybe not, but it seems fucking hard to get. I ever see streamers not getting action with aces, and I don't seem to get a lot. I mean, I'm sure ace is still my biggest winning hand, most profitable hand, of course, but yeah, it seems a hard hand to get fucking action with, especially in speed poker pools. Nines from the big blind. Don't know much about this guy. Just going to call. As played, just calling this river, expecting to lose a fair amount. We don't know. With the nines, with two overcards out there, versus half pot, just going to fold. One overcard, I think we call. Where's this come from? Germany. Not that it matters. Guy only folds 1/3 of the time. It's a small sample. Start with a small bet. Against a reg and maybe use bigger. on ace 10-3 against fish, who are just going to have probably a bit more ace-x in their big blind defending range, a bit smaller. James leads his turn. We have a gut shot. We're going to call. And a pair, of course. And we're just going to fold the river. I mean, this river should slow down. It's gone with overbet. We do have some relevant blockers, I guess. I mean, we block king 10, we block flushes, etc., etc., etc. But I do not believe I think population are finding bluffs with turnover bets. With the river over bets, they're just finding them way less frequently. And I don't know James at all, so we're just going to give him credit for not being able to find enough bluffs there. King Jack off 24/8, not doing anything with this except folding. It's a 24-8. That flush over flush hand has taken a little bit of my enthusiasm away, but I've got nothing else to be doing for a little while, so we'll keep going. We are getting close to case money. We're now down to, we only have $85 in the account, which does mean we're in profit still for the session, but not by much. So we will be getting close to case money if we lose any significant pots. I don't keep money on any site I don't play on regularly, and the only reason we're playing this today, and I put some money on yesterday, was just because I've been doing that extra bit of study, and it's easy volume against more the types of players I've been studying to play against. So I don't mind, and if I don't expect to make a lot of money in these pools. I'm not playing these games to make money. It's just like another form of practice, even though I need it less now because of the GTO Wizard thing. And we're just going to fold this river because this is literally never a bluff into two players. Never. I was toying with checking back this flop. Checking this flop. Looks like Poker Dude's just not here anymore. I can't believe an ace deuce flop causes someone to go this much into the tank. Unless they're manically clicking buttons in some like web-based solver product to try and like figure out what to do. I doubt it though. Very much just timing out, I guess. Yeah. It's a disappointing river. Ace 10-4 rainbow. Let me kick this off with a tiny bit. call. 9 on the turn. We are going to size up. I'm going to hate my life if we get raised, but we're not going to fold. In position. What's happened here? Somebody not in the blinds? I don't understand what's happened here. Is he limped? And then we've isolated to like 2.5x, not noticing the limp. Seems like the most likely scenario. Do we have any better hands than ace queen here? And we have ace king, obviously, king queen. Yeah, we have we have king x here. Don't have to call that. We have some. Well, no, don't have any pairs because I would have bet them. Butchered that hand because I didn't know what happened pre. Do I want to bluff the 10-9? I don't think I want to yet. Just think to get blown off our equity. Very unlikely he's folding a better hand. 10, 10, 10. I'm going to start with a very, very small bet here. And now we have to bluff, but I think the chances of it succeeding are pretty fucking slim. In fact, I just don't want to bluff. I just don't think it's a good spot. Oh no, he absolutely would have snapped our dick off with the sixes. Continuing representing, try to represent like an overpair here on 10, 10, 10. At 10, 9. Didn't know what to do, to be honest with you. Didn't know what to do. I mean, I think we're supposed to do some bluff. Well, we got 10 high, so of course we're supposed to do some bluffing. It just didn't feel like that the way the board ran out that we could credibly represent much, given the line we'd taken. Probably just bet the turn and then bet the river. I think once we check the turn, we fuck it up, basically. And to be fair, we should have just bet the turn because our draw wasn't strong enough to care about getting raised off it. Yeah, we're going to put that one down as a fuck up. Don't think there've been too many fuck ups. I mean, we've had a couple of pots where we've won where we just blasted that could have been blunders, but we won the pot. In terms of like blunders that have like cost us money, feels like it's been a reasonable session in that respect. I mean, we're never going to play perfectly. Certainly, I'm not going to play perfectly. But we're striving to get closer to perfection, aren't we? That's what we're striving to do. I wish I knew how long the first part of this video was because I've got it in my head now. I just want this whole video to be 3 hours long. Nobody watches 3 hour long videos all the way to the end. Well, not many people do, like 1% of the viewers, but for that 1%, boy, are you getting a treat. James is definitely looking on the active side. Guess we call the king 7 suited. I did want a 3-bet until this guy came along. I mean, James could be actually like legitimately a fish. Just an aggro one. Return trips. River to full house. We're just not going to get any money at all here, are we? What size do we want to go here? I mean, what's the worst hand in betting? Deuce. What deuces do I have? Do I want a better jack here? I think I probably do. Yeah. Let me do that. Around half pot. And we get snapped off by James, who may well have just called with ace high there. Pocket sixes. Talking of pocket sixes, here they are. Disappointingly not improving to 3-6s. Should see a lot of checks here from him. Which we do. I'm going to check a lot too. We're going to have to call turns. So we might have the best hand and we've picked up a good shot. Miz raises from before, obviously, but I doubt Miz is going to raise. And I was surprised to see the bet on the king on the end. From the small blind. Do we raise here, try and pull the 10 out? Don't think we can call. But I don't think this guy's very strong either. He's bet really quickly. Okay, we're just going with the nuclear option. And that size, that quickly, it just didn't seem like he would have a strong hand very often. So we've bet this turn and we've been called. Now it's paired board along with the flush. We have a super trivial bet fold here. Let's jump in the rat hole. Quite annoying that Queen 10 got raised on the river, but I think like bet, get called by ace X, King X, etc. And he's never raising, or he should never say never, but it's so unlikely he's going to be raising with like a worse hand than a straight there for value. And I don't think people find bluffs there at a high enough frequency. So it seemed like a pretty annoying spot, but an easy spot. we'll go for 10 more minutes, and hopefully that'll get us to the 3-hour mark. And if it doesn't, then never mind. Trivial check back, turn or call versus probe. And check back river. And that pot could have been a lot bigger. Min clicked here. Playing 80/0. Thankfully, the other one just caught, so we get to go down the set mine. Will we come up with a diamond? No. No, 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 no. This guy's only opened 31% from the button so far, which is why I didn't want to 3-bet the king queen off. Giving up with the king queen here out of position against probable fish. It's going to stink when we lose to like fucking ace-5 off or something, but you know, we do have a smidgen of showdown by ace-4 suited. Right, we'll have a little drink of pop, we'll have a little vape, and then we'll call, because I can feel myself like losing focus now. So, probably time to pack in. Ace-8 suited. Fish in the big blind. I don't want to fold this hand. We do have fish in the big blind, so I think we should probably 3-bet or fold, but with the fish in the blind, we're just going to call. Flop absolute gin. I'm supposed to have some raises versus these small bets. I don't really want to raise my flush very often. I'm going to roll for like a low frequency raise. Didn't find it. Problem is, it's going to go check so often on the turn. That's my issue here. I think we're just going to pure raise now. We just want to try and get some money in this pot. Probably don't deserve to win a big pot after just flatting pre. King 7 offsuit. This guy's opening 50% of buttons so far. We're going to find a 3-bet with the King 7 off. Yeah, I'm gone. My head's, well, not my head's gone, but feeling like a lack of focus because he almost opened the 8-9 suited under the gun there, which I don't think I want to be doing. So that's the graph for the session. We didn't make really much. We made, well, let's do it in money. We made $9 in 2 hours. We don't play these games for profit though, because there's not much profit in them. I like the red line. And a little bit below EV. Yeah, not going to complain too much at that. And this is the session. What was our VP and PFR? 21, 17, 7% 3-bet. We'll take all that. I think it was a reasonable session. If it wasn't for that flush over flush, would have been plenty up. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. We'll take it. So this is definitely the end of the video. Hopefully we'll still be back tomorrow with the redoing the same drill we did today, but hoping to score much higher than we did, to hopefully demonstrate that we have learned something. But for now, we're going to leave it there. As always, fuck the Tories and all that support them, and that does include you if you do. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye for now.